Hi guys, it's Original Killer Clown. Today we're going to be talking about I don't know what you want to call it, the lawsuit that just broke out between Mars Argo and Titanic Sinclair and ThatPoppy. And I'm just going to kind of explain who Mars Argo and Titanic Sinclair are. I feel like everyone's pretty familiar with ThatPoppy at this point, with all the reaction videos and, you know, the big sensation of like how weird and meta it is. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Anywho, Mars Argo and Titanic Sinclair had started this project called The Computer Show back in, I want to say, 2008, 2007, 2008. And it was just like a take on youth and just basically capitalist youth in America, how we are just consumers, mass consumers, and now with the internet, with channels like YouTube.com, you know, it's just an easier way for different organizations and companies to like force products and lifestyles down your throat, thinking that it's what you're supposed to want. It's what you're supposed to want, you know, because it's the internet. The internet knows best. Trust us, we're from the internet. So basically they had this channel called grocerybag.tv. They had, I think, 92 or 93 videos up at their peak. And different things like The Computer Show. They had different things called like My First Date, a lot of artsy stuff. Personally, for me, The Computer Show specifically was very ahead of its time for 2000. I want to say, I'm just going to go 2008. We're going to use 2008 as an example. The topics that they talked about are so relevant and applicable today. It's very concerning, and basically everything, we ask technology for what can make us happy and we just trust it. Not technology really, more is just the powers that be that now control the internet control the internet access. Different amateur, I want to say amateur celebrities, such as YouTubers, Instagram famous people, Viners, stuff like that. So people with a lot of following on the internet, and how they use that power to kind of sell you different ideals, different products even. You know, sponsorships are a thing, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that, but it is a thing, you know, like sponsored news is unfortunately more prevalent than most people would like to believe. So, Titanic Sinclair had a huge part in the Computer Show project as well. To my current knowledge, this is all my current knowledge. I'm going to try and be unbiased up until the end when I state my opinion on the whole thing. To my current knowledge, they collaborated on both characters, Mars Argo and Titanic Sinclair, for The Computer Show, as supposed to be stereotypical, if not exaggerated, views of the youth and their relation to pop culture today. Well, at that time, but I'm saying today because it's way more relevant to today, 2018, than it was in 2008. Yes, Facebook and MySpace and YouTube were very popular back then, but even like Gen Z, like their dependence on just the internet and using artificial connections is just like, it blows 2008 out of the water. If you're relevant comparison, I would say that their videos are definitely more applicable to 2018 than they are to 2008, if that makes sense. Sorry, my straps are poking out because I need to wear a bra, but I don't have a strapless bra. Okay, it's okay. Flash forward 4 years, Mars and Titanic were in a relationship while they were making the YouTube channel grocerybag.tv. They also started the band Mars Argo, named after Mars Argo's character. They said they started the band because YouTube had come out with a new rule that you cannot use copyrighted music in your videos, which is still a rule today. So they both, I believe, I don't know if Mars plays any instruments, but she sings beautifully. Titanic plays instruments, so they decided, let's start a band. If we can't use copyrighted music, we're going to make our own music, which is fabulous. Their music is amazing. If you haven't heard them yet, please check out Mars Argo. Their music is amazing. You'll really like it, maybe, or you won't, regardless. It's not the point of this video. So where was I? Oh, okay, so throughout this they had the YouTube channel with, you know, nearly 100 videos. They had the band, you know, doing different music videos, stuff like that. They were really, really abstract and weird and just ahead of their time. I'm going to use that phrase a lot, but it's true. And, you know, all the while, Mars and Titanic are in a relationship with each other. And this is not a secret. They're very upfront about their romantic relationship. I think that they were adorable together, but we'll get to that later as my opinion has changed. So flash forward 4 years. No one is really sure of what happens specifically because, you know, there's two sides to every story. There's always going to be someone who's more hurt than the other person. There's always going to be different perspectives on like why someone did something. So they break up. Mars and Titanic split. Mars completely blacks out from social media. All the videos except for 3 come off of their YouTube channel, and the conspiracy theories are a big part of this. They left 3 very specific YouTube videos on their channel that spawned a lot of conspiracy theories about where did Mars Argo go? Like, was Mars Argo replaced by Poppy? Is Mars Argo the original Poppy? Is, you know, like, is this all part of the Illuminati and they found out Mars didn't want to be in it anymore, so they took care of her? No, I don't know. Well, now I'm getting so ahead of myself. Now with what recently came out, all of the conspiracy theories are false, clearly. They're just that. They're just conspiracy theories, and people make theories up to kind of make sense of things that aren't sensical necessarily. Sensical. I feel like people are like, that's not a word. Honestly, I don't care. Use context clues to understand what I mean. You all know what I meant, so don't be like, that's not a word. Like, if you understood it, it's a word. Like, get over it. I know I'm gonna get shit for that too. Oh well. So they break up, and I want to say within the year of their breakup, and within a year of, you know, Mars just leaving social media, leaving LA, I believe she moved back to New York. She kind of just went underground. I believe the story is she kind of got overwhelmed with the garnered popularity that their channel got, mixed with the relationship issues that her and Titanic were going through, and she just kind of wanted to be done with it, wanted to be done with her connections with Titanic, which stemmed back to her entire internet popularity. So I can understand where she's coming from, like, in that she just wants to be done with it. When you do something with someone for so long, it's really hard to not relate that activity with that person. So if you're making videos with someone that you were dating for 4 to 6 years, then when you break up and you go to make that YouTube video and you're standing there alone in the camera, there's a person standing there, hell yeah, I wouldn't want to make YouTube videos anymore. That's super depressing. That's really lonely, especially if you had issues with this person and you were going through this person. So they break up, and then all of a sudden, ThatPoppy starts. And as we all know, Mariah Pereira had a previous YouTube career as Poppy, so like her name, she already made that name for herself. She had music covers, all this stuff. But the way that her videos came out, they were all directed by Titanic Sinclair. I assume he wrote them too, and I assume that her look and aesthetic was a little bit more than a collaboration. I do assume that he designed ThatPoppy, at least. I'm going to separate Poppy, which is like Mariah Pereira, as Poppy before Titanic, and then ThatPoppy is Titanic's, you know, reboot, basically, and him molding her to be like Mars Argo, because Mars Argo was gonna become a huge success, and it ended abruptly, and I don't think he was ready for that art project to die. So he created ThatPoppy, and everyone has seen ThatPoppy at this point, so I'm not going to explain all of that, at least in this video. That needs its own video. So recently, Mars Argo came out with the fact that she is suing Titanic Sinclair and ThatPoppy for copyright infringement, as well as suing Titanic Sinclair for emotional and psychological abuse during their relationship, which causes her to have PTSD, which is the reason why she's been off social media, except for basically lurking, which I would, like, when I am not in the mood to post or create new content or create new cosplays or take photos, I lurk. I'm not active on social media. I'm just not posting. Like, I'm the little guy in the corner who's just like, that seems nice. Wish I could create content right now. But I'm really there. I'm not on Instagram. I don't have the motivation to post. So I'm sure that was Mars Argo for the past 4 years. Like, insane. Court case comes out, and basically, like, Titanic Sinclair, I don't know how you can bounce back from this here. And again, I am a huge fan of ThatPoppy and Mars Argo. Like, I know that they're his art project. I know that he directed a good amount of it and that he wrote a good amount of it and collaborated a lot of his concepts with it. But at the same time, with this whole copyright infringement thing, how much did he actually think of? Was a lot of it Brittany Sheets / Mars Argo's? She's been not gone, but not talking for 4 years. And she finally spoke up about something that I'm sure was really plaguing her for a long time and keeping her from creating content and keeping her from reaching out to her fans, to people who really care about her well-being, and to people who are very, very, in love and interested with her artwork, who want to see her come back from this. Like, trauma is something that, like, sometimes all you can do to fix it is get closure, and I feel like this court case will provide her the closure. In my honest opinion, I do think that she has a good case against, emotional abuse and PTSD. And even a good example of that is the fact that she was fairly active on social media for a long time, being very relevant on the internet. And then after this breakup, after the happenings, she completely ghosted. Like, that seems like a fair enough case of, like, I'm suffering from emotional abuse. Like, I used to put myself out there constantly for the world, and then something mysteriously happened, and now I'm hiding, completely ghosted from the internet. Like, yeah, I would assume something pretty traumatic would have to happen. No one just says, oh, like, I don't like you anymore, and then you're like, I am just done with the internet forever. Like, no, that doesn't happen. It has to be something traumatic. I really think that there's a lot of like, reason to believe Mars Argo, because honestly, like, yeah, she has money to get from the whole, like, copyright infringement part. I really don't think that there's anything to gain from the PTSD suit except for closure. I mean, of course, there could be a settlement, but I think at the end of the day, she's kind of doing it because she's like, this guy, like, that he is, monetizing this character that I created after he put me through such like, I would be pissed off too. I'm glad that Mars Argo's finally made her comeback. I really hope that this means she's going to produce more music, even maybe come back to YouTube. She has an amazing, amazing character, Mars Argo, that she's, portrayed, and amazing music. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the computer show, I really recommend just putting in that search bar, the computer show. A bunch of different titles are going to come up. They're all very weird. You have to go in with an open mind, understanding that this is a satire on the youth and our obsession with technology and the internet, and basically just like the internet knows everything and I know nothing. Like, you have to go in with that mindset and you'll really enjoy them. If you like ThatPoppy, you will definitely enjoy Mars Argo, because there's a lot of clear similarities that you could draw between the two. Really excited for the case to unfold. I'll keep you guys updated. If you guys want me to do kind of Sammy Joe explains ThatPoppy, I'll try and do it to the best of my ability. I tried to do the computer show explanation to the best of my ability. If you guys have any additional information that you feel like I should know or would like to know, feel free to leave them in the comments. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button if you like this video and want to see more. Thanks so much.